Yesterday, beneath Michelangelo's vault in the Sistine Chapel, Pope Leo XIV turned to King Charles III and said three words that carried 5 centuries of ammunition, really. Let us pray. For the first time since Henry VIII, the reigning British monarch, prayed publicly with a pope. Now, that's the line that the British press have been peddling for a while. Of course, there isn't any evidence that a British monarch ever prayed publicly with a pope. But the line commands a concept, and it was a short, quiet and epoch-making event yesterday, and an event that I think commands praise and optimism. It was an ecumenical service of prayer in the Sistine Chapel, mixing Catholic and Anglican elements and beginning with the Lord's Prayer in English. Choirs from the Sistine Chapel, St George's Chapel and the Chapel Royal sang together. Archbishop Stephen Cottrell participated because Welby had messed up. Gestures and gifts were in evidence. The meeting in the Apostolic Palace, light smiles about the ever-present cameras, and then the move to prayer. Later in St Paul, outside the walls, the king was named a royal confrater. Honours were exchanged, including the Order of the Bath and the Vatican's Order of Pius IX. It's not doctrinal union, it's a common prayer that acknowledges one Lord and one baptism, while differences remain. That's precisely the kind of shared witness the official Anglo-Catholic dialogue since the 1960s have encouraged. It's not syncretism, it's a recognition of common purpose. The liturgical act matters more than the communiques. Centuries of polemic were interrupted by a shared Lord's Prayer under the Last Judgment. That image is catechesis in fresco. Judgment belongs to Christ, who stands above our quarrels. The Holy See remains a global convener in peace building, in faith diplomacy, health, education, climate action. A praying monarch speaks a language that chancelleries cannot. And the Supreme Governor of the Church of England stood beside the Bishop of Rome without erasing England's Reformation settlement. It was an act of national and international symbolism. Presence here didn't equal papal supremacy, it signalled Christian charity and practical collaboration. But the Reverend Kyle Paisley argued the king broke his oath to uphold Protestantism and should abdicate. The Independent Orange Order called it a sad day from Protestantism. Here's a measured reply. The coronation oath binds the monarch to maintain the Protestant Reformed religion by law. Praying for creation with another Christian doesn't alter the law or the articles. Anglican precedent already includes royal attendance at Catholic rites without theological capitulation. This was prayer for the common good, not capitulation of doctrine. The optics cut both ways. Hardline denunciations revive the very suspicion that ecumenism has been slowly curing since the 1960s. Paisley really needs to shut up. The most charged room in Western art, the Sistine Chapel, Michelangelo's ceiling, courses with creation, sin and grace. To pray for creation beneath those panels is to read the chapel theologically, not only aesthetically. And blending choirs is not window dressing. They teach unity by consonance rather than decree. Children's voices from the Chapel Royal beside the papal choir carry the point better than any memo. So, yeah, I'm not surprised that there's pushback from conservative Protestantism and from some Catholic traditionalists who fear Anglican influence on live debates about ministry and marriage. Ecumenism advances best by honesty about remaining differences and by refusing triumphalism. I hope the king manages to get to Istanbul and to Nicaea before the end of the year. I think that's unlikely, but it would be, again, a good marker of the king's commitment to interfaith and ecumenism. There are 3 near-term fruits: practical collaboration and cooperation on care for creation and heritage conservation, warmer working ties between English and Catholic congregations on social need, and a steadier public tone, neither relativist nor sectarian point scoring, but serious faith in public life, which is what the king celebrates, faith in public life. Faith as a demonstration of a belief in something beyond what we immediately see. Now that faith could have many different forms, but to set one's goal beyond the modern obsession with bureaucracy must be good. Whether that goal is to create great art that survives time, or whether that goal is a devotion to a God beyond creation, or indeed is a devotion to scientific and rational thought that denies divinity. Again, it doesn't really matter as long as one is looking beyond the here and now, and that is what the King is doing, and that is what the Pope is doing. So much modern history has been written in the noise of rallies and the theatre of summits, and yesterday reminded us that sometimes the hinge turns, it squeaks in silence. The two old institutions stopped performing for the cameras, folded their hands, spoke to God. That is not the end of the story. It's a new chapter, and Paisley is on the wrong page.